This has to be the lightest and most porous man-made reef rock that I've personally had my hands on, and to top it off, it comes in a pack of some of the best shapes for aquascaping of any live rock alternative that I've worked with. I think there's a lot to love here, so let's dig into it. Aquaforest's AF Rock is a really exciting new engineered option for aquascaping our reef aquariums. It is as porous as the legendary Pukani live rock while being even lighter, which makes it much easier to cut and glue together when building custom HNSA style aquascapes. But honestly, it comes in very usable shapes for simply stacking your way to a gorgeous aquascape without any cutting or smashing required. They used completely natural pigments to give it a mature coralline covered look, and it is all handmade, so each piece is unique, so you won't end up with repeating shapes. Honestly, of all the dry rock I've worked with, I think this might actually be my new favorite dry rock. Each 40-pound box has a mixture of flat-based mounds, archways, and shelves. For example, in this box, I pulled out 3 bases, 3 archways, and 5 shelves. Even with just one 40-pound box, it's really easy to put together a nice aquascape with little effort thanks to the variety of shapes and sizes that you get. And 40 pounds of this rock actually feels like more. Being lighter weight than other rock options basically means you get more volume for the same weight, which might mean that you need less AF rock compared to other options. If you have a nano reef in mind and 40 pounds is going to be too much rock, which it definitely will, there's also a 22-pound box available so you don't end up with a ton of leftovers. Now, if you do like to get more involved with your aquascaping and want to create a more complex NSA or HNSA style aquascape, you can definitely do that with this rock as well. It's quite easy to cut compared to most other rock options that I've worked with, which usually need to be smashed apart with a cold chisel. With the AF rock, you can definitely get more intentional cuts accomplished, which can go a really long way when you're working towards a specific shape. When you do cut through this rock, you'll get a really nice cross section where you can see the super porous material that it's made from. While Aquaforest is keeping the exact material close to the vest, what I do know is that it is a natural pumice-like rock, and similar to calcium carbonate-based rock, it is able to help buffer the pH and the KH in the aquarium. Aquaforest also does extensive lab testing to make sure all of the materials that make up AF rock, including the pigments, are completely safe for use in our reef tanks, which is probably a lot easier for them to do with all of the rock being handmade at their HQ. Besides being naturally occurring and reef safe, Aquaforest also chose this pumice-like material because it works very well for biological filtration, which is extremely important since that is one of the key functions of live rock in our reef tanks. No matter how good the rock looks, if it doesn't work well to host a myriad of microbes, it won't benefit the aquarium the way it needs to. In this case, you get a beautifully textured, handcrafted, pest-free, environmentally friendly reef rock that is also a pleasure to aquascape with. It's the complete package. If I do have one gripe, however, it's the fact that the branch version of their rock was not yet available at the time that this video was recorded, which sucks for me because I'm incredibly curious to see how it stacks up against the other branch options, especially seeing how nice their rock is. But alas, I'll have to wait to see, but you might not have to. You can check out all of the AF rock options that are currently available by clicking right here.